Tell me why switching out the winter gear always feels like hitting the reset button on life. Today I'm tackling the coat closet. It's full of bulky jackets, mismatched gloves, and maybe a random boot or two with no match. But stick around because by the end of this video, this whole space is going from chaotic to calm. And I'll share a few quick tips that make the seasonal switch actually manageable, especially with a big family. Hey friends, today I'm tackling a super satisfying seasonal task, switching our coat closet from winter to spring. That means washing all of the winter gear and then storing it away and bringing out our lighter jackets and sandals. It's a simple shift, but it makes a huge difference in how our home feels. Let's get started. This is the current state of our back closet. And when we moved into this house, it just had a single bar with a single shelf above it. And anytime we move into a house, I immediately remove that because it just doesn't work for us. I hate using hangers. Coats fall off or people just don't use them. And so I always prefer hooks. And so what we did in this closet was we just put in shelves for everybody. And that way everyone has a basket for their hats and gloves, and then also for shoes and whatnot. And then I also keep my bins here for going to the thrift store. So we have two different thrift stores in town, one for just household things and one for clothing. And my donations basket there is getting overflowing. So I really need to take that stuff to the thrift store. And so today we are going to be going through everyone's hats and gloves and getting the winter stuff sorted out of there. I like to wash everything first, and then I will put that away. And then our coats are over here. We put in a row of hooks here next to the back door. And so I'll be getting the snow pants and winter coats all out of here and washed. And then that way we can put them away. And if anything doesn't fit or doesn't work for us anymore, we'll be giving those away, donating them. And then we also have a row of hats, hooks for hats up here that are up higher. And so we'll get to work at washing everything. The first thing I'm doing is grabbing any of the winter coats and snow pants and anything that I know needs to get washed and put away or donated. So I'm taking a minute to sort through all of the coats and pants hanging here on the hooks. First up, let's get a load of coats in the washing machine. I like to check all of the pockets and make sure there's nothing in any of them. And then just make sure that you follow the washing instructions on your jackets. A lot of them will say to zip all the zippers or to, wash on cold or delicate. So just follow the washing instructions. I have coats made with all different materials, and so I like to wash like materials together and follow the washing instructions. And I like to just use a non-toxic laundry soap. This will be many, many loads of laundry to get all of these pants and coats washed, and then also washing all of the toques and mitts and gloves and hats. And so that'll be a load that gets done also with cold water on gentle cycle. And then that way we can get everything put away. This is the front entrance closet of our house that we don't use for guests because no one comes in this front door in the house. And so this closet I use for seasonal items. And so this is where I'm going to be hanging all the winter coats up and then getting the spring coats out and switching those into the back entrance where we use them. And then these Rubbermaid totes are where the gloves and the hats are. And this is the first house I've ever lived in that I've had a closet designated for this, because otherwise we've usually always had to put everything in bins and keep them in the basement. And so if that's what you have, that's how we used to store even our winter boots, is in bins like this, and our snow pants and coats. You want to just make sure that everything is really dry. And then another thing that you can use is space bags. And so I will show you as I start to put things away. I have gotten all of the snow pants washed, dried, and they're folded. So I'm going to put these down on the bottom of the closet underneath of the coats. And our first aid kit lives here in this closet as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the spring coats out of here that I know that we're going to need, just so I can have room to hang up the winter coats that I need to put away in here. And now I'm just going to start putting winter coats in that I've already washed and they're dried. And we're going to start hanging these up in here. And I do try to keep these organized by family members. So like this is my husband's work, like outside kind of coat, doing that kind of thing. And then this is another one of his coats. So I'm going to, you know, hang these up in sections of the family members. And this coat, my son didn't use it this winter because he didn't go skiing because he actually broke his wrist. So it never even came out this last winter. So that's why it's still just been in here. And now I'm just going to get these bins down for the hats and gloves to go in. And then these are just some ski goggles up here, and they're just going to stay here. So I've already started a bag here to go to the thrift store, and everything has been washed and dried, and then I'm just going to keep folding these things. These are coats that I know that aren't going to work for anybody next year, and so we're going to donate these. And also some snow pants in here. And this won't fit anyone next year. Everyone will be too big for this coat. So we're going to donate this. And I just like to donate everything in the condition that I would want it, you know, in. So that's why everything gets washed and dried and folded and is clean and smells good. And you just don't want to donate things that are garbage, things that have holes or just aren't any good. And so we will keep filling that up with any gloves or toques that we come across. And then this is for the other thrift store in our town that just does household things. And so that is out of the closet. And so it has all the stuff out of the bin there. And so that's getting ready to go as well. I've got all of the toques and hats and gloves and mitts washed and dried, and they're just here on the couch in a big pile. And I'm going to start sorting them and purging anything that we don't need. And then what we are going to keep, I'm going to be sorting into these two totes here, the ones for gloves and the ones for hats. And this is our mitt and dryer, so that'll be getting put back in the totes as well. And I just wanted to show you, this is what I use in my linen closet. It is these space bags. And this is a really great option for your coats and snow pants and things like that, because this will suck all of the air out with your vacuum. And then you can store a lot more in less space. And so that's a really great option. I'll link those down in the description if that's something that you want to use for this as well. But otherwise, I'm just going to now start sorting through this pile of like 47 mitts. So wish me luck. And one tip that I wanted to share with you is I like to lay dryer sheets in between the layers of everything. It keeps everything just smelling nice and keeping it fresh. And I have some gloves here with tags on because I got these on clearance, and I like doing that. I don't like paying full price for things. And so that is one thing that I explained in the last video on the things to stock. And that is just how I save us money, is by stocking when things are on sale. We have way too many toques here, so the kids are going to come and they're going to sort through these and purge the ones that they no longer want. And then I'm going to get these put together in the bag of the other clothing items to take to the thrift store, because I don't know why we've accumulated so many of these, but they need to get donated to someone else that can use them. And now I'm going to get these bags tied up and put them out in the vehicle, and that way I can take them to the thrift store tomorrow. All of the hats and gloves are washed and dried and put away into these totes. And so this is all full, and in between the layers I have dryer sheets, so it just keeps everything fresh. And I will put these away up in the closet. All of the winter gloves and hats and coats and snow pants are put away in the closet for the year. So everything is washed and dried, and the snow pants are folded up underneath the coats there on this ledge. And it's Now ready to just close the closet until next winter. I am out in the garage and I thought I would just show you where our winter boots are all stored. They are all on this rack here in the garage, and this is just a temporary solution. I eventually want to build something that's custom with the boot racks that fit nicely so it can catch any of the melting snow. And so for now, everything is out here, and I need to just go through some sizes. I need to get my daughter some new boots. I had to throw hers away because they had holes in them that just weren't repairable. And plus she needs a bigger size for next year. And so this is where all of the winter boots are stored. Now I'm turning my attention to cleaning the back closet. So I'm taking an all-purpose cleaner and a damp cloth, and I'm just moving everything and wiping all of the shelves down and then putting the shoes on the appropriate shelves. And their baskets are all empty of the winter things. So the only thing left in their baskets for right now are gardening gloves or work gloves or boonie hats for the summer. And so just taking this opportunity to get everything freshened up and cleaned. And then I'm getting everything out of the floor here. And once all of those items get moved, then I can grab my vacuum cleaner and get everything vacuumed up nicely. And that way I can go ahead and spray my cleaner and wipe my baseboards and the floor down here. And then once that's dry, I can go ahead and replace the shoes and the bins. Now I've gotten the bin of sandals out of the garage, and I'm putting everybody's sandals on their shelves for them. And over here by the back door is now our spring jackets and sweatshirts and lighter things. So it's a lot less bulk here and a lot more empty hooks, which is nice. So just more space for guests and extra things like that. And then coming around over here to the closet, this is now all wiped and washed, and all of the gloves and toques are out of the bins there. So now all we have in those bins are like gardening and work gloves. And then everyone's sandals and shoes that they'll wear now for the spring and summer are out. And then I've been able to go through these with the kids and see that I do need to get my daughter some sandals for the summer. So we can just go through things and update sizes and hand shoes down if we need to. So that is all done. And the donation bins are empty because I have filled up those bags. And tomorrow when I take the kids to their homeschool gym class, I will stop by the thrift store, both thrift stores, and donate those bags. Thanks for hanging out with me today while I freshened up our coat closet. If you're switching your seasonal stuff soon too, I'd love to hear your tips or routines in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more homemaking, organizing, and real life with the big family.